Before training for this project, I only had my open water. We did training for about a week, all skills, all different types of skills. You know, whatever the instructor tells you not to do, we're doing. Usually they'll tell you, hey, if it's visibility is bad, don't go down. For us, if visibility is bad, it's all right, let's just go down and check it out anyway.
I remember one time I showed him like this.
And, this is not in the book.
I wrote it. I show him.
What were you trying to say?
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Too many jellyfish.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching today's Taipei Tonight Show. Now, Taipei is a gorgeous island surrounded by water, well, like most islands. But the scenery above the water is just as gorgeous as below. Some of you may not know that. It's one of the top diving destinations of the world. And recently, a few of my old friends decided to get together and document some of these amazing dive sites. In particular, the shipwrecks around the island. It wasn't easy, but they did it. The most complete documented diving footages around the island. Shipwreck Taiwan. And today, we have the host and my good friend, Mr. Sunny Wong. Welcome, dude.
Good to be back.
Thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me again.
You've been busy.
I have,
And
very busy.
Congratulations on your brand new show.
Thank you.
Like we described last time and just a little bit earlier, I mean, you're a super famous actor.
Thank you, thank you.
In Asia and getting your face out there even more so now. You're into cars, modifying it. You have your own brand. You have your own, your fashion statements always out there.
Thank you.
And you scuba dive and you're doing this new show. I mean,
What
what
can't
else?
I do?
What else can't you
I
do?
right?
I mean, the list just goes on. As the list of the things that you cannot do is probably shorter than the ones that you can, right? It's
You're making me
amazing.
blush, man. You're making me blush.
It's amazing. So tell us about this brand new show.
Yeah, so we've been working on this show for over a year and a half, and the whole entire production, they've been working on it probably for 2 to 3 years.
Oh wow!
Okay, it's an amazing project. Shipwrecks Taiwan. So yes, it is about all the shipwrecks around Taiwan, and Tim, the producer, director, very, very famous, and finally have a chance to work with him. These few years, I would say the last 5 to 7 years, he's been just super into the ocean.
Yeah.
And he's devoted all of his time.
Yeah.
And me as an ocean lover, being able to work with someone like that, something good will come out.
Yeah, well, you always had this really strong connection with the ocean. I remember you had like a sea turtle sanctuary.
Yeah, we have a sea turtle hatchery.
Who has a sea turtle hatchery? I mean, what is your connection? You're quite involved.
My father grew up by the ocean, on the beach,
Okay.
and then so when we grew up, he also instilled, the love for nature, love for the ocean in us. So I actually didn't start to really be in the ocean and understand the ocean until like maybe 10, 12 years ago. I started surfing and then free diving.
Okay.
So free diving was really what got me learning more about the state of the ocean.
Right.
The whole entire ecosystem, how it has degressed over time. So as a person of influence, you try to help out the environment. We try to give back in certain ways. And each person has different ways of doing things.
So you have that deep connection with the ocean,
Yes.
right? So this time, this new project, how did it come to you? And then, how'd you feel about it at the beginning?
Well, I guess a lot of people knew that we liked free diving, and we were doing a lot of ocean conservation projects. And we also do a lot of beach cleanups in Taiwan through a brand that we have called Empire Aqua. And I guess Tim, kind of realized that we were kind of very outspoken about ocean conservation.
Yeah.
And he had this brilliant project through shipwrecks you kind of understand and see the ecosystem and what's going on
Right.
in Taiwan. You know, so a little just background of what Tim was trying to do is
Okay.
that with shipwrecks, it's usually a place for you know the marine life to grow,
Okay.
right? So they can have shelter there. It's kind of like a protection for them. And then
Okay.
you should have lots of corals, lots of different kinds
So
of
it
fish.
turns into a man-made reef of some
Exactly.
sort, right?
Man-made
okay.
reef,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
However, in Taiwan, if you really, you know, kind of search these shipwrecks out, you'll realize that it's a lot of it is empty. Not all, a lot of it is empty. So it's very unhealthy. And I think this is what he
Empty
wanted.
meaning what? I mean,
Some doesn't even have coral in it.
Oh,
Some
wow.
have zero fish, and it's just completely like a ghost ship.
but is it because what? It's just too deep? Is it what?
It is very deep, but you know that's not the problem. It's probably just overfishing.
Okay. All
You know,
right.
it's probably from us. I think this is what he wanted to hit upon. And I thought it was a meaningful project. And now that, you know, I'm a father, I'm just thinking, okay, like, well, I should do something that's a meaningful project to kind of educate
Yeah.
the younger generation, because they're the ones that will be able to make changes.
Right.
They're the ones that will be able to, you know, prolong whatever we have now.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will not only be an educational program, but something that people of all ages can see surrounding this beautiful island of Taiwan, that,
Yeah.
hey, you know, some things are not going the right direction.
Yeah.
And we as humans, we have the responsibility to try to do something about it. I'm not saying,
Bless you.
I'm not
Wow.
saying, hey,
That
don't
is
don't eat
wonderful.
fish or,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
eat meat or
But be
something.
aware.
Just be aware,
Yeah.
right? It's
So
something to be aware.
What are some of the challenges? I mean, wreck diving is one of those specialty diving skills. right?
Yes, yes.
I'm a bit of a diver myself.
Yes, I heard.
So, but wreck diving itself, it can get, it's a little creepy down there sometimes. If you're claustrophobic, and most of them are pretty deep.
Yeah.
And it gets kind of scary, right?
Yes. Before this project, I've heard a lot of horror stories. I've heard a lot of bad experiences, and you have to have the courage. You have to be brave. You have to learn to breathe properly.
Yeah.
You have to calm down.
Well, I mean, those were the lucky ones. You hear the horror stories. I mean, the bad ones, you don't.
Yeah,
The
if-
real bad ones, they can't
they-
live to tell.
Yeah,
It's real dangerous.
You probably
Did you have any close calls this time?
I've had a couple close encounters.
Really?
I've had close calls. I've had bad experiences. I had them all. Before training for this project, I only had my open water.
Okay.
I didn't even have my advanced open water.
All right.
So I took a course to get my advanced open water, and then I went through all the skills training with Tim.
Yeah.
So he kind of just threw me into it. And we did training for about a week, all skills, all different types of skills for, as you can see, full face mask, deco, decompression,
Okay.
you know, how to change different masks, different tanks. You know, we would talk about different situations, different types of simulations underwater for me to get used to changing the full face mask.
Yeah.
You know, and then using the octopus and then putting on another mask while we're really deep. But you know, when we're training, we don't get used to the current because that's the real world, right? You know, we're training in deep pools, 20 meters, but you know, when you're out in the real world, the real ocean, visibility is bad.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes currents are terrible. Like
Right.
you know, you're going against the currents, and if your face is on the side of the current, it's got
man.
you know, like
Okay.
like that feeling.
Yeah.
And then you panic.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, I've had multiple experiences where I just have to learn not to panic because
Right.
you know, whatever the instructor tells you not to do, we're doing.
You guys are really pushing it.
Yeah,
You guys
so
really-
you know how you get to a certain dive spot, you're on the boat, and
Yeah.
then you know they're checking the currents. If it's
Yeah.
too strong, you don't go,
Yeah.
right? If you're not feeling that
you're
well,
not-
if you don't sleep enough,
Yeah.
you don't go. But you know, we're working
But
on
you're
like
not-
4
you're not
hours
on
of sleep.
vacation.
Yeah, we're not on vacation. We're in the military now.
Oh
you know,
my
it's a
goodness.
special ops.
Yikes.
You know,
Okay.
we're doing special operations. You
Yeah.
know, that kind of feel.
Okay.
Or you know, the visibility is bad. Usually, they'll tell you, hey, if its visibility is bad, don't go down,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
No, for us, its visibility is bad. It's all right. Let's just go down and check it out anyway. It's
So
like
we
that.
had some footages of some of the bad days that you guys
Oh,
did
yeah.
experience, right?
Yeah, sometimes the currents, we're supposed to hit a certain target, right? So we know where the shipwreck is,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
but let's say the drop zone somewhere here, and we miss it, or it's too dark, we don't see anything, we don't know
Right.
where we're going. So it's tough.
It's a
though.
challenge.
It's a challenge.
We talked about this. This is a brand new show. It
Yes.
surrounds all the shipwrecks in Taiwan,
Yeah.
all around the island. It's never been so fully documented.
Yes.
But this time they've done an amazing job. The production effort that went into it. It's a few years pre-production.
Yeah.
The actual shooting took place, you said, about a year and a half.
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half production to make this season possible. And you
Yes.
keep mentioning this Tim.
Yes.
So Tim is the executive producer
Yep.
that got you and decided to put this program together, right?
Yep.
So let's get Tim out here as well, right? Let's welcome Tim.
All right.
Welcome, long time. Have a seat, have a seat. Oh, I'm so excited to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Guys, he is the real deal. Tim has been a veteran and always been out there pushing the limits of Taiwan's TV production. We've worked together.
Yeah, like 20 years ago.
About 20 years ago, and since then he's made some amazing shows. Like Fun Taiwan
Fun
was
Taiwan.
created by you.
30 meters
30 meters underwater,
yeah.
right.
Aqua Challenge.
Aqua Challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
All amazing shows. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you.
It's amazing,
Thank you
and
for-
congratulations also on this brand new show, right?
Yeah, finally we finished all the filming.
Yeah.
Only took a year and a half to do a season of amazing show, but this time
Yeah.
I understand you've brought the production level all the way to the max. It's shot in 8K,
Yes.
Dolby 5.1 channel, surround sound, everything, and then it's one of those most. I would say probably the most complete documented Taiwan shipwreck program ever in
Yeah.
history, right? That's amazing.
There's lots of difficulties about the diving
Yeah.
program, you know,
It's
especially shipwrecks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we like jump. How many tanks you jump? 160?
Oh. I did about a little bit over 150.
150 tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about it. It's like I said before, I was not a well-versed scuba diver.
Yeah.
But after this, so each trip we would do about 5 days.
Right.
4 to 5 days. And then we had 7 different locations, right?
Wow.
Yeah. But I did 160 tanks like that,
Yeah.
super fast. But most people do 160 in like
5 or 6
couple
years.
years.
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
than
I did it in like 1.
That's amazing. So anything like promising or nice to have seen?
Each shipwreck has its own specialties. We say the
Yep.
differences. So for us, the most beautiful and most colorful shipwrecks is Oki Island shipwrecks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Orchid Island.
Full
Okay.
of sea fans
Uh-huh.
and corals, lots of different colors fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also your first shipwreck.
That
right?
was the first shipwreck I filmed at.
Okay.
Beautiful, like one of the most gorgeous. The way it tilts to the side.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of levels to the shipwreck.
Okay.
So
it's
it's very 3D. When
big
you-
boat,
where-
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big boat. Wherever you look at it, it's got different structures, but it's colorful. I think that was
Yes.
the best part about it.
Mhm.
And then in Lanyu, Orchid Island, the water is so blue.
yeah. It's crisp.
It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
crisp,
crisp,
and it's
yeah.
the visibility is like on a
Crystal
normal day,
clean.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
what 30 meters normal day.
They say the worst visibility is 30 meters.
Uh-huh.
When it's very good, it can be like more than 60 meters. It's
Ah.
way,
Yeah.
way, very, very good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I travel around the world to go diving,
Mhm.
and Oki Island actually is one of the best visibility in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pristine. The good thing is, I do understand one of the trips out of the chaos came actually a pleasant surprise. You guys accidentally stumbled on something. What was that?
Suppose we want to find shipwrecks that sunk on purpose, but
Okay.
then accidentally we found a shipwrecks. We think it sunk more than 100 years,
Oh,
and nobody know about that ship.
so you guys really found a ship that wasn't on the map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody knows
Unknown,
about that.
Okay.
Mystery ship.
Yeah, and it's
So-
a huge.
Well,
On the ships, we have the sonar to detect everything.
yeah.
So we thought it's 2 shipwrecks
Yeah.
Oh,
because it's separate.
okay.
Yeah.
Then we jumped. Then we found out it's 1 ship.
Broke
Right.
into two.
It's
Yeah.
head and tail.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's huge.
it's huge.
I think it's more than 200 meters long.
It was,
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a big one.
Okay.
And lots of engine for the ropes.
Okay.
And also have lots of, how you say that?
the mast.
The mast.
The mast.
The mast.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was a sail?
It was kind of like a hybrid.
Oh, like a sail
Steam
A sail
and-
steam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sail and steam.
So
Yeah.
then we checked back, then we found out it says like 19th century, end of the 19th century.
Mm-hmm.
And some ship, they sunk
Okay.
on the way to Japan.
Wow. And you guys found it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's pretty
And I
wild.
understand because it's not it's not a known destination.
Yeah.
So the marine life there is more
Oh,
You
different.
hit it on the spot.
Right.
It was one of the best dives where if you're really into marine life, you see like so many creatures. And then I remember the first time I go down, there was huge marble rays that
Three.
were the size of, 3 huge marble rays that were the size of, those big round tables that
Yeah.
had 10, 12 people.
Uh-huh.
It was like that big.
yeah.
Wow.
But we kind of disturbed them a little bit because they weren't aware that humans would go
They
there.
weren't expecting guests.
Yeah. So we get down there and I'm just screaming. I'm screaming at all the cameramen. I'm making noises so they can hear me because only Tim can hear me when I'm talking. And I'm just like, woo, woo, and then they're all like, I was like, yo, check this out. They were flying over me. I'm just like, wow. And then the fish there were just big,
Massive,
fat.
huh?
And
Yeah.
different species.
So
Yeah.
ecosystem there,
Yeah.
right?
It was super helpful.
So how do you guys communicate underwater with the walkie-talkies and then what like hand signs, or how do you guys? I mean, there's a lot. We doing this show, we have 10, 20 guys here,
Yeah.
and we can barely get it right. And how do you guys do it underwater? How do you communicate?
Some is very simple, like for all the divers know.
Yeah.
I think you know as well, like the up,
Go up,
go down,
Go down. Yeah.
like this.
Uh,
No good.
no good.
Like my ear, no good.
No good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like this one.
No air.
No
Okay.
air. I don't want to.
You
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
see
use
this.
this.
You don't want to see this.
I don't want to use this at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also some
Sometimes we'll say the head of the boat,
Yeah.
we'll just
head.
Yeah.
and we'll just communicate with each other,
Tail.
the tail,
Okay.
head, tail, because we can communicate, but then sometimes we have to talk to the other guys of the team.
Yeah.
So we'll use a lot of the flashlights too, because
Okay.
sometimes we have to go into the cabins.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of direct them. We'll be like, hey, like, go through the window, look for my flashlight. We'll brief before we go down, so
Okay.
we kind of know.
I remember one time I showed him like this, and then he cannot totally. Cannot
What is
understand.
this? What is that?
Yeah.
This is
Then-
not in. This is not in a book. I've never seen this
then,
before.
I wrote it underwater. I wrote it.
Oh, you
Because
have a-
some special.
You have a board,
paper,
right? Yeah.
Board. I wrote it. I show him
What were you trying to say?
jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Too many jellyfish.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
It's because it's all here, right?
Oh.
Because you have the wetsuit,
Yeah.
the mask, you have regulator. The only part they will attack you is
the
like
neck.
Yeah.
But not only for recreation, but for you guys. I mean, filming this was challenging. You had some pre-training to film underwater as well, because it's not the normal mask
Yeah.
and the normal gear, right? What did you guys use?
We-
You guys brought it here today.
Yeah. So
It says
this-
the full mask.
Looks like a space mask.
It's
Yeah,
combined regulator.
nice. Okay.
That's a regulator.
Okay.
And also the mask.
All right.
Normally it's separate, right?
Uh huh.
So we combined it together, and also this is a walkie-talkie.
Oh.
So you can
You
speak.
communicate. Okay.
yeah, there's a communication system inside.
And here, this one is we create specially for this program.
Uh huh.
It's recording.
Oh.
Yeah, so waterproof recording.
The
inside.
audio.
So
Yeah.
everything I'm saying
Yeah.
underwater.
Oh, so you could talk underwater.
So we talk to each other underwater.
And we record it, so you can. There's two mic here.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah,
Okay, so you
See?
had to like really invent something to.
and you guess what these two used for?
I have no idea. There's two prawns or lights or
Yeah.
That's for
Equalizing.
equalizing.
equalizing your.
The,
Oh, your year. Oh, because you can't.
Yeah,
You can't-
you can touch your
You
nose,
can't touch
right?
your nose.
Yeah. So you use this
Uh-huh.
to push, and so it block your nose
To okay, so how do you
So
do?
it's
So you stick it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
up, and so you can block.
That's kind of neat. All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this, and you can hear each other. This
Uh-huh.
like
We can hear each other.
Right.
here. Yeah. So
Wow.
that's the mask. For communication is it can make the whole show to be more alive.
So you brought this camera that is huge. I've never seen anything like it before. That's the camera that you guys use for this shoot?
Yes, it's the 8K rate inside. Yeah, and outside is the housing. So on the top is a monitor.
Okay.
For me, it's a small one. And on the side, there's 4 torch for the lights. That's because underwater over 10 meters, it's all blue or green.
Yeah.
You lost the red and the yellow.
Yeah.
So you need to have
Balance it out.
balance it. You need extra light.
Yeah, and then this thing.
This one
Whoa,
is
this
a huge
heavy.
one. I think it's
Wow.
the bright.
This has got to be like 20 pounds or 30 pounds.
It's 45,000 lumens.
This is one huge LED chip right here. Look at this. Look at the size of this. It's like the size of a rice bowl.
It's super, super bright.
yeah,
And
You will go blind.
Yeah, and you can't light this
to the human being. No.
on the land, right?
No,
Not on the land
because
either.
it's very very hot.
Yeah.
The
So
temperature is too high.
It needs to be underwater.
Yeah.
And Sonny, I understand you left yourself a souvenir on you
Yeah.
because of this season. What'd you do?
Well, everyone knows I love tattoos, and this project means like the world to me. So I wanted to get some tattoos of some memories that I had or close encounters. And I had a couple close encounters. One was with a sea snake.
What
and
happened?
Well, the sea snakes usually don't go that deep.
Yeah.
And then, because they need to be on the surface to breathe, right?
Yeah.
So they're not around 40 meters, but we encountered a huge sea snake.
Very big one.
Very big one. They're not aggressive.
They're not
Yeah.
aggressive. Okay.
But he was just like, hey, Sonny, look behind you. And I turn around, I'm like, the sea snake's
Whoa!
like, right here.
Like this.
Usually they're not.
Holy-
Usually they're like
This
this
big
thick.
one, this huge one.
Wow.
Very big.
okay.
And then,
so
yeah,
you got
I got a couple, right, I don't know if you can see
Oh my
it.
goodness.
I got
You're
two-
running out of space, buddy.
I got one right here and one right here.
Okay.
Um,
Oh man.
Yeah, and then, but I also did get marble rays. I did get another marble ray because I saw a bunch of marble rays. Yeah, so this whole leg is dedicated to marine life. Yeah, 'cause I love the ocean.
It's an amazing idea that you guys have completed. Probably, like I said, the most complete documented underwater series of Taiwan. And Taiwan is an amazing dive spot, not only just for the wreck diving, but recreational diving as well. You don't always have to push yourself to the limit. But I'm glad you guys did this, not only for Taiwan, but for the divers out there. This is a great chance for you guys to understand that, next time you plan your trip, Taiwan has some amazing dive sites.
Yes.
So all of these amazing places, and on this brand new show, it's called
Shipwreck Taiwan.
Shipwreck Taiwan, right? And it's going to air very soon in many different channels, and you can see it right here on Taiwan Plus. I understand you have new ideas already for the next season on something like this.
Yeah.
All right, just don't push the limits too far. All right. When I'm diving down there, sometimes I feel like just don't die, don't die, don't die.
So
don't
you can
die.
join us, right?
Okay.
You got to come
Join
on the
us.
show.
Dive with us.
Maybe I'll join you guys for one of the episodes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
and congrats on your show. All right.
you.
Thank you for coming on. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See you. And thank you for watching today's Taipei Tonight show. Tune in next week. We'll be right here